Hello, I'm Jason Davis and welcome to the latest in a series of interviews surrounding Sugar Mass personalities. With me in the studio is Shanelia Francis. She is a section leader of EBJ Harmonics, the current reigning champs of Panorama, and we're going to be talking about what the group has been up to and how they're preparing for the upcoming competition. Welcome, Shanelia.
Thank you.
Great. So let's go back a year to last year's Panorama when you guys were announced the winner. How did you feel on that stage when you heard that you guys had won?
Well, it actually was really emotional for me because the last time we actually won was 2015, and we worked really hard because we were determined to win last year. So when it happened, I was a bit overwhelmed with joy, but it was a really great feeling.
Okay, now you're leading up to this year's competition. How have you guys been preparing?
Well, seeing that we had a shorter time this year to prepare for the competition, so we had to put in the extra work, and we had to push harder when it comes to practices. And
okay, so what song will you be performing?
we'll be playing Piece of the Road by Speedy.
Okay, do you like that song?
Yes, I do. It's a really nice song.
So why did you guys choose that song?
Well, actually, it was the song chosen for the competition in Nevis, but it got cancelled. And we decided to use it again because we already had arrangements for it, and it's a really nice song musically. You can do a lot with it in terms of arrangements, so yeah.
Who normally handles the arrangements for the group?
Well, our leaders, Mr. MJ Byron and Omandi Byron, along with Ayodele Di Costa and our captain, Rashawn Allen, and we also had help from an arranger in Antigua.
Okay. How long have you been with the group?
I have been with the group for 5 years now.
Okay, and I take it you like the group. What's it like being a part of EBJ Harmonics?
We are a family. Everyone gets along. There's nothing but love there. So it's really welcoming. It feels at home when you get around everyone.
Okay, and how long have you been playing Pan?
Well, I actually started at the age of 5 when I attended PanScan, and I have been playing. I actually started back when I joined EBJ because I had a long break in between there, but I really started at age 5.
Do you like playing Pan?
I do. It's one of my first loves.
Okay, what's so enthralling, what's so attractive about playing Pan?
Well, first of all, the instrument itself. It's very melodious, and it's one of the best instruments in the world. So, yeah.
And how do you feel when you're playing?
How I feel when I'm playing? Well, it feels like it's just me and the pan when I'm playing, like nothing else around matters. I am able to use it as a stress reliever and just enjoy the time and the connection with me and the pan.
Would you encourage others to take it up?
Yes, I will, most definitely, because it's a very good instrument to learn, and it also expands your vocabulary music-wise.
Okay. How often do you guys practice?
Well, seeing that the competition is coming up now, we practice 3 days a week, but this last week we'll be practicing every day, just drilling the song over and over to make sure it's perfect for Saturday.
Now, I know with Pan performance, it's more than just, hitting the pan itself. There's the element of the actual performance, the body movements. How do you guys work that out, the choreography, as it were?
Well, sometimes it's a bit difficult, but we often listen to the song while we're playing, and we figure out the moves and stuff like that for the parts we feel need movements. But other than that, throughout the whole song, everyone just enjoys themselves.
I've noticed that, particularly with your group, everyone seems to be having a grand old time. Now, is that genuine, or are you guys putting on a show?
It's really genuine. Even in practice, anywhere we perform, it's always a grand time.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the competitions now. You say you've been playing since you were 5. You took a break and you came back in 2016, as it
Yes.
were. So that's roughly 5 years. So you've got some years under your belt. How do you feel going into a competition? Are you nervous? Is it old hat? How do you feel leading up to a panorama?
Well, the nerves always kick in on the nights once you hit the stage and all the lights are there and everything is like, okay, it's go time. But once I start playing, the nerves go away completely.
Okay. Now, there are only a certain number of pan players in St. Kitts and Nevis. How do I phrase this? Do you think that there needs to be more pan taught in schools?
Actually, I do. I feel like every school should have pan taught. As like I said, it's a very good instrument to learn. So yes.
Okay. Do you play any other instruments?
No, I don't.
So why did you choose pan as opposed to piano or some of the other more traditional? Well, I can't say traditional. Some of the other more popular instruments that are played in St. Kitts.
Actually, my mom is the one that sent me to pan scan. I guess she felt like I would like the steel pans, and she was right because I fell in love with it from the very first time that I went there. Then I continued going every single year because it was fun and exciting and you get to learn all kind of new things.
Okay, cool. What has been the most challenging part? You must have some memory that has been really challenging when you're performing with the group. Like, was there a really difficult number or something that you felt you had to overcome during your time with EBJ?
I think the only challenging parts would be like dealing with the arrangements of the song and stuff like that. You might have different runs and those kind of things that you might not get in right away. So you have to continue practicing, and it really helps with muscle memory as well. And eventually it will get easier.
Okay. How long would you say it takes you to learn a song?
It could be done in a day or two.
Wow, you're that fast. You can learn a song in a day. I think it would take me a couple of weeks. My goodness, do you have a favorite genre? Do you prefer soca or do you prefer the ballads? What's your favorite type of music to play on pan?
It's the soca, yes.
The slower ones or the fast?
Both.
Okay. Do you have a favorite song that you've played over the years?
I think right now, my favorite song playing is Area Code because it's really fun and energetic and you're able to perform well with that song.
Okay. I know you guys won the last championship. What have you guys been up to since then? Has the championship given you any perks, any other opportunities?
It actually has. Being out there, persons will see us and they enjoy our performances, and so they'll ask for us to come and play at their events and all those other stuff.
Okay, cool. Now, this is going to be kind of an odd question. Who would you say was your biggest competition from last year?
From last year? I would say our biggest competition was the Nevis Pan Ensemble. They really brought it last year. It was a really tight competition. I think they ended up placing 3rd. Yeah.
Okay, so what are you guys doing? I mean, people have seen you win, so they have a certain level of expectation. What is your group going to do to top last year?
Well, first of all, I would like to say that this song this year is better than last year's own arrangement-wise. And to add to that, we have the performance and everything to top it.
Okay, great. And you say you guys are performing every day. How long do you practice? How many hours?
Well, seeing that we finished the song in record timing for us, because we didn't expect to finish it that fast, we actually didn't see the need to extend the hours per se, so we're just practicing from 5 to 9.
Wait.
Usually we practice up until midnight and stuff like that.
You say 7 hours of practice? My gosh, you guys are very strong, very commendable. That's a lot of hard work. Now, we're almost out of time. For someone who's watching this interview and they think, oh, that sounds interesting, you know, playing pan, but they're not too certain of whether or not they should give it a shot, what would you say to that person to convince them to get involved in pan?
Don't overthink it. You know, if you really are interested, just go for it. You will like it once you start, even though you might not be as confident in the beginning. You know, it takes time. It doesn't come overnight. So you can just give it a try, and I can convince you that you will like it. Okay,
great. Is there any age limit? Because some persons might think, oh, I'm too old to start playing pan.
No, there is not.
Okay, so even someone who's in their late 40s can get up and
It's never too late. Okay. It's never too late.
Okay, great. Now remind persons about the upcoming competition. When and where is it?
Okay, it's this Saturday, December 18th at Carnival Village. It starts at 8 p.m. sharp. It will be virtual, so it will be live on the St. Kitts Nevis Carnival page. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so Saturday at 8 o'clock. Panorama. Well, we are almost out of time. Any final words you have for the audience before we leave?
Just be sure to tune in on Saturday. We hope to defend our title, and it will be a grand night. So just make sure you tune in.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us.
No problem.
All right. I've been speaking with Shanelia Francis. She's a section leader of the EBJ Harmonics, the reigning Panorama champs. And as she said, the show is on Saturday night at 8 o'clock. It will be virtual, so tune in and root for your favorite steel pan group. I'm Jason Davis for ZIZ TV.